gonna drive now to Target. The range is 78 miles on the GOM gasometer, with an hour of charge left. It's at 95% and an hour of full charge. And according to Leaf SV, the battery is showing to be okay. I have at 3.7 miles per kilowatt hour, which is what I think I get here typically. I should get 55 miles, but the car still reads 78 miles. But anyways, I'm gonna report back what I get. I have a distance to travel. The battery state of health is 76.09, 91% charge, even though the car reads 95. And the health of the battery is 76.09, and these are the metrics on the dashboard. See that? So I'm gonna record the next video with how it works out and what it tells me is the remaining range after I drive. My thing is, after I drive 15 miles or 7 miles, it should only degrade on the mileage by about no more than 14 miles, right? Double, if even that. But it will drop more than double, triple. So that's my issue. So we just drove to Target, and I drove 7 miles. So it went down from 77 to 69. So not that bad. And 84% is the range that the car is showing. While I flip to Leaf SV, it's showing 80% of state of charge and 70, actually not 80%, yeah, 79.9% state of charge, and state of health is 76.09. So in the end, it's still showing range of 46.8 to low battery, very low battery. Actually, I should change it to 3 point. My efficiency is 3.1, so if I change that to very low battery versus one person is 49.1, and the car is showing 69. The car is very promising, very optimistic range in the car versus really Leaf SV. If I can tweak it at 3.1, shows 49.1 to one person charge, which would be turtle mode, versus low battery warning 39.3 versus very low battery warning at 44.6. So the actual range is about half of what the car is reporting in the software. And that's with heat on. My temperature on the heat is 68 actually, and the heater running. So this was just a real world scenario that I wanted to document. And the state of the health is good on the battery, 76.06, so that means 10 bars out of 12. And my efficiency I've gotten, voltage histogram, battery, and everything. Just recording everything here. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna be leaving from Target here to go home, and I'm at 68 miles of range, 7 miles on my trip odometer, and I'm gonna be heading home right now. It shows at 3.1 miles. I should see a 44.4 range versus the car is showing 68 miles range. So it never gets me 68 miles. It probably barely gets me 30 to 40 mile range. So I'm gonna show the real issue that I have at heart. I took a video of before and after on the GOM, the gasometer, and the Leaf SV, so I can show everything now. So when I left here, I had 76 7 miles of gasometer range. The GOM was 77. I had reset the trip, so now when I came back I have 14.6 miles on the trip meter. Earlier I was about almost like 97%, and now it's 69%. And I drove at 3.0 miles per kilowatt hour, and if I plug that in on the Leaf Spy, and I get 34.2 miles of range to very low battery, whereas the car shows 54 miles. So if you subtract from 77, 14.6, you get 16 miles, about 62 miles of range, but actually the car is showing 54, which I can understand with heat, but actually the range on the car is actually remaining to be 34.2 according to a very low battery. If you look at one person, it's 38.6. It's nowhere close to 54 if you plug in the 3.0 miles per kilowatt, which even you can see from here. Here 2.9 is actually what I got, and the dash is actually showing in the energy info, you see 3.0 miles per kilowatt. So if I plug that in, say 2.9, 3.1, even if I went a little bit optimistic to 3.67, I am nowhere close to 42 miles versus 54 that the car reads. The car's never driven a full 42 miles on the full charge. I barely get about twice of that range, and the car goes into very low battery warning and low battery warning and turtle mode very soon. So I can barely get a good 60 or so miles of range at best, you know, between 30 to 60 miles with the heat on. So that's really the big issue I have. And the condition, I'll show the state of health of the battery. It's 76.06, 65.9 state of charge I showed before. I'll combine the three videos and put it on YouTube. You can see it there, and then follow it. And I'll charge it again and post these videos later tonight. So hopefully somebody at Nissan can troubleshoot this issue, because this is a 2017 Nissan Leaf with 30 kilowatt battery. I should definitely have closer to 95 miles of range. Granted, with heat it will even drop a little bit, you know, but it should not be significant that it goes to 60 miles of range. There's definitely something wrong with the battery, or the battery management module or whatnot that you have. And actually I'll show that the state of I'll read the DTCs and show the DTCs here, that it's registering. Let that finish. Okay, so you can see the DTCs, and I'll show the ECU versions as well. This is what it was before, but I'll update it again, so you have a track of what DTCs it has. If there's any alerts and whatnot, you can figure out from all of this if it helps. I figure I captured that information here. All right, that's about it.